Meghan Markle's former staff were left shaken by her behavior towards them. Just when things started to feel a little quiet on the royal drama front, here comes Meghan Markle stirring the pot once again. But this time, it's not with a podcast, Netflix doc, or a surprise appearance. Nope. It's with resurfaced bullying allegations that some former royal staffers say left them absolutely shaken. Let's rewind for a second. Back in April 2025, the old accusations that Meghan was less than pleasant behind palace walls came roaring back to the headlines. And the timing was suspiciously perfect for gossip. Daily Mail's royal editor, Rebecca English, didn't hold back. She claimed she had personally witnessed more than one staffer brought to literal tears over how they were allegedly treated by Meghan and Harry. One person even sobbed over the phone to her, saying they felt emotionally broken and couldn't take the pressure anymore. Yikes. And these weren't isolated stories. Apparently, this wasn't just a bad day or two. It was so intense that some of these ex-staffers actually dubbed themselves the Sussex Survivors Club. That's not exactly the nickname you want trailing behind your legacy. Jason Nauf, the former communications secretary for Meghan Markle, had things to say. He's the one who first raised the red flag all the way back in 2018. In leaked messages, Jason wrote that he was very concerned about how Meghan reportedly bullied two personal assistants right out of the royal household. The treatment, he said, was totally unacceptable. And in February 2025, Knauf told 60 Minutes Australia that while the media storm that followed his complaint was intense, it was probably for the best. Still, Jason clarified something important. He was never mistreated by Meghan or Harry personally. In fact, he described their working relationship as having lots of great times. So, what gives? Is Meghan the villain some paint her as? Or is this just another round of royal whisper campaigns? Because here's where it gets messy. Other staffers who actually worked closely with Meghan and Harry have come forward to defend them. Former head of content Ben Browning told Us Weekly that the couple were nothing but positive and supportive during his time with them, and they all remain friends to this day. He even called the rumors a predictable attempt at creating intrigue through false conflict. That's a bold statement. Meghan Markle's former chief of staff said working for the couple was incredibly meaningful. Meanwhile, Ashley Hansen, their global press secretary, opened up about Meghan's compassionate side, especially when Ashley had to undergo surgery. Meghan apparently checked in every single day, acting with the care and concern of a close family member. That's not exactly dictator in heels behavior. So what's the truth? Well, it depends on who you ask. Some insiders are still whispering about Meghan being relentless and barking orders, claiming she acted like a dictator in high heels. One even said they'd seen her reduce grown men to tears. But others, just as involved, insist they never saw anything of the sort. For her part, Meghan has always denied the accusations. In fact, her spokesperson called the claims a calculated smear campaign at the time. Meghan herself said she was saddened by the attacks on her character and emphasized that as someone who's been bullied, she would never knowingly do that to someone else. And we can't ignore the timing. These allegations always seem to bubble up right when Meghan is making headlines for something new, like her Netflix deal, podcast launches, or her lifestyle brand as ever taking off. Coincidence? Maybe. Convenient distraction? Could be. One thing's clear. The Meghan narrative is still very much divided. To some, she's the misunderstood outsider who never stood a chance in the royal fishbowl. To others, she's the manipulative mastermind behind closed doors, wearing a polished smile in public and ruling with an iron fist in private. The truth is likely somewhere in between. But one thing's for sure, when it comes to Meghan Markle, the drama never sleeps. And whether she's dodging fresh allegations or being praised for her work ethic, she continues to dominate headlines like no other royal figure in modern history. One minute she's being labeled the next Oprah, and the next, she's being compared to Miranda Priestly.